development coaching excellence is brain ripple.
Good morning, everybody. Look, I'd just like to take some time to just explain to you what our LifeTime Academy programs are, how they operate, and what the benefits are to your children. Our LifeTime Academy programs are a squad program that's uniquely designed to fast-track the learning and the development experiences of our young players. A lot of parents and players come to us expecting to train with high-level players and high-level coaches and to be involved in training at the level that a lot of people who have been with us for many years are. And what I want to say is that that's part of the process in those players getting there. Lifetime's really all about your child's contribution to our program, and the bigger the contributor they are, the more that they're likely to get out of it, the more that they're likely to glean from our coaches and the other players that are involved. We're about establishing a great and highly motivated training environment, giving the very best and latest information and supporting our players at all the essential development levels. To get to know what we're about a little bit more, I guess, it's important to understand what our core values are for our program and also the player values and what we think are important for the players. Our core values are common threads throughout all of our programs. They assist players to fall in love with the game and play for a lifetime. They assist players to develop the skills to develop international playing levels through technical skills, tactical skills, physical and psychological skills, and most importantly, their personal skills. I guess our philosophy is to develop good people first, because what we know is that good people give us a better chance of producing good tennis players. Those personal qualities I'm talking about are ownership and responsibility, taking ownership for what the children do and being responsible for their own actions. Being self-motivated and coming along to training, wanting to get better and generally wanting to deliver to the rest of the playing group and coaching group some degree of enthusiasm. A resilience to pressure and how they cope with different situations. A problem-solving ability to be able to work their way through difficult times of matches and difficult times in their life. Be good team builders and have a good team spirit and team environment around what we do. Have a terrific work ethic and intensity. Focus and having good attention to detail on the little things that really can make a difference to their programs. So that's our lifetime core values. Our player core values are a little bit different, and they're very simple, and these are ones that our players have put in place through a little survey that we did. Number one is always listen to your coaches. Number two is always give your very best. Number three is always keep your feet moving. They don't stop. They're like perpetual motion. And number four is have respect for your fellow players and practice partners. The next thing to discuss is just how we deliver our programs and what makes them work. So our programs are written by myself as the head coach of the program in consultation with all of our lead coaches with a long-term skill development philosophy. These programs are written in consultation with our lead and other coaching staff over an 8 to 10 week period and are broken into 2 to 3 week skill acquisition blocks. Players use diaries as a source of reflection and information retention. Our lead coaches are highly respected, highly experienced coaches. They usually oversee between 2 and 4 courts. They deliver the program and relevant information across the courts they are responsible for. Plus, they put in place the drills and the exercises that we'd like the children to learn and to develop their skills through. We also have a bunch of assistant coaches that help us out on court. And each court will have an assistant coach that is led by the lead coaches. They are to maintain the intensity and the energy that will occur within the drills and to give feedback to the players that are directed by the lead coaches. These assistant coaches are not lead coaches, but the information that they give is driven through the lead coaches that are involved. Our flagship program is our pro tennis programs, and we've had these operating now for some 20 odd years through all the Lifetime centres across the gamut of Queensland. The number one program in that is our international program, and that's designed for players who wish to head on to play at an international level or players who are looking to go off to college in America. These players will access our programs 3 times a week. They'll have some fitness program involved. They'll get a fair bit of tournament support. We go off and help our players at tournaments. They'll have a heavy focus on honing the skills that they developed over the last 5 to 7 years and have a highly individualised programs. The next program that sits below that will be our national program. And that program is more for those kids that are looking to make nationals, that have very high national rankings on their ARs or their UTRs, and highly motivated and have a full program over their week. So they'll access us a minimum of 2 sessions a week. They have a fitness program that's involved for 45 minutes each session that they're there. They get a lot of tournament support through our coaching staff by us being there and helping them out and talking them through different situations and tournaments. They have a heavy focus on court of their skill development, and again, are fairly highly individualised in terms of their development in their game style and the relevance of the technical, tactical information that they receive. Our third program is our state level program, and that program again is 2 sessions a week for the children. They have access to the fitness component of our programs. They also get tournament support. They have a heavier focus, I guess, on their skill development, and they're developing of different important skills that are fairly basic to them, so that they have the base to be able to work and develop further down the track. The last of our programs is our regional program, and again, that's 2 sessions a week. They receive fitness as part of the program. They receive tournament support and tournament planning. And again, they'll have a heavy on-court focus of skill development and the things that are really important to them being able to go forward. So developing the fundamentals a lot more with players at that level. Lastly, our last program that's operates under the Pro Tennis banner is our Pro Tennis Development Program. And this is predominantly for green ball players. And again, they'll be operating with us 2 sessions a week. And again, there'll be a very, very heavy focus on their skill development and their skill, how they develop their skills over a period of time. So all of our programs are really targeted and individualised based on what players have, what they need, the tournaments and the other sports science access that they require over that period of time, but making sure that we're developing a really strong fundamental base with them so that they can develop and grow as far as they wish to within the game. Okay, when players and parents come along, everybody wants to be part of the strongest group and have the best coaches and be involved with the very best around them. And we have a slightly different philosophy at LifeTime, and that is to earn the right. So when we are putting the players into their groups and selecting them for the squads that they train in, we do it on a range of different objective and subjective criteria. What we're trying to do is to get the players to train as much as they can in a similar standard, and for players within that standard to train 30% of the time with players a little bit stronger than them, 30% of the time with players around their own standard, and 30% of the time with players of possibly a slightly lesser standard, so they can develop some of their offensive and attacking skills. We reward players for good behaviours and for good efforts, and there are consequences for players who probably don't give their best effort at times. So we move the kids up and down based on what their contribution to our programs are. We're not personal about where the players sit. We don't have any grudges or anything that would personally influence our decisions. So when parents come to us saying, "Oh, you don't like my child, that's why they're in the group they're in," that's not the case. We have a number of objective criteria that we look at, and I'll go through those now. So when we're putting the players into the groups that they're training, we look at these sort of things. So mostly they're objective criteria, and some of them are a little bit subjective, as I mentioned earlier. Player standards. We look at their UTR and AR rankings and how they're going. We look at their head-to-head results over other players. We look at their recent tournament results and how they've gone in those tournaments. And we look at their results in trainings and the winner up, loser down drills that we do throughout their training. We also have a very strong look at their attitudes and their behaviours on court. So their work ethic and intensity, what they contribute to the program, their enthusiasm and their energy, their focus and their attention to detail. We have a look at the physical side of it as well and how the players are developing physically. So we look at their results from one testing period to another and see if they're going pretty well there. And we have a look at their attitudes around fitness, and we get feedback from the fitness coaches as to how they're putting in those things. We also look at the commitment, their consistency in training, the volume of their weekly workload on and off the court, the number of tournaments and matches they're playing, and how the players buying into the LifeTime program values. I hope this is helpful for you today, everybody. Again, we're not the same as everybody else. We are different, and we are not for everybody. LifeTime is a program that is as much a personal development program as what it is a tennis development program. These are the things that we hold really important and we value a lot in terms of what we are all about. We are unique And we don't want it to be something that is for everybody. We want it to be something that is special, that your child will get a lot more than just a good tennis development program out of. Thank you very much.